Hi guys, and welcome to Terminal Velocity. Today we're going to be doing the first timeline video on the Dragon Quest timeline. A lot of video game series have a timeline that places the games together chronologically so that they have a story that makes sense. For this timeline video, we're going to be talking about the Dragon Quest timeline. The Dragon Quest series doesn't have an official timeline, so I made my own timeline that doesn't include the Dragon Quest Monsters games. Before we do that, remember to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment below. This timeline will be told in a story format, and it will be split into different chapters, telling different parts of the story. Dragon of Light Yggdragon fights the king of the underworld Kalasmos, but is defeated. This causes the world to go dark due to Kalasmos' victory. The Yggdragon is helped by the people known as the Watchers, who are the protectors of time and space. The Yggdragon then creates Yggdrasil to seal Kalasmos in, but both Yggdragon and the Watchers know Kalasmos will soon escape. Erdwin, the first luminary, and his companions Serenica, Morkant, and Drustin go on a quest to defeat Kalasmos, who has just escaped from the seal of Yggdrasil. Just as Erdwin is about to defeat Kalasmos, Kalasmos' power corrupts Morkant, and Morkant kills Erdwin. Corrupted Morkant then turns into Mordegon. Serenica creates Erdwin's lantern to seal Kalasmos in. Serenica attempts to use the Sword of Light to travel back in time to warn Erdrick about Morkant, but this fails, turning her into the Keeper of Lost Time so she can assist the next luminary. A new luminary is born, and Mordegon possesses King Carnelian of Heliodor to try to stop the luminary from defeating him. There's then a council meeting about what they should do about the luminary. Then a horde of monsters who are allies of Mordegon come and attack the kingdom of Dundrasil, which is where the meeting takes place and where the luminary is. The royal family of Dundrasil tries to escape, but the king of Dundrasil is killed by King Carnelian, and the queen of Dundrasil is killed by Sir Hendrik, who is under the command of King Carnelian. Only Princess Jade of Heliodor escapes with the luminary. Then the kingdom of Dundrasil is completely destroyed by King Carnelian. The luminary is found by Amber of the village of Cobblestone, and he's raised there for the next few years. Then Amber tells the hero that he's actually the luminary, and that he should go talk to King Carnelian to see what to do. After the luminary makes it to Heliodor Castle, King Carnelian throws him in the dungeons and destroys the town of Cobblestone. In the dungeon of Heliodor Castle, the luminary meets a thief by the name of Eric, and then finds out that he needs to make his way to Yggdrasil to make the Sword of Light. The luminary then finds a few more people that join his party, and he makes his way to Yggdrasil. However, King Carnelian, who is possessed by Mordegon, is there, and he tries to kill the luminary, but he fails, and the luminary and his companions are saved, but they're all split up. Mordegon is able to get the Sword of Light and take over Erdria, as well as kill Veronica, who is one of the people in the luminary's party. The luminary then meets up with King Carnelian and Sir Hendrik, who apologize for their previous actions, and then the luminary and Hendrik join forces, and eventually they find the luminary's old party. The luminary and his party then forge a new light sword, just like the luminary Erdwin did, and then they go and defeat Mordigan. The Luminary and his party eventually find the Tower of Lost Time, where they learn that the Luminary can go back in time to stop Veronica's death from happening. The Luminary goes back in time to stop the death of Veronica, and this causes the split between the Zenithia timeline and the Erdrick timeline. Where the Zenithia timeline is where Veronica dies, and the Erdrick timeline is the timeline where the Luminary goes back in time and stops her death. The Luminary goes back in time and defeats Mordigan, as well as saves Veronica from dying. However, this causes the Ceylon Kalasmos to break, and the true rival of the Luminary appears. Luminary defeats Kalasmos and is given the title Erdrick by the Ig Dragon. 300 years later, Baramos threatens to destroy the world. The hero is summoned to the castle and given by the King of Alahan the challenge to rid the world of the evil archfiend Baramos. The hero leaves their home country of Alahan to travel the world and complete their father's quest to defeat Baramos. After defeating Baramos in a ferocious battle and returning to Alahan, the hero's celebration is cut off as Zoma reveals his existence. He attacks and opens a pit to the Dark World, which the hero jumps into. With the help of the Dragon King Ig Dragon, the hero defeats Zoma and gains the title of Erdrick. The hero later vanishes from Alefgard, leaving their sword and armor to be passed down throughout the ages so their descendants can stop evil. 2.5 centuries later, a stranger arrives at Tantagel Castle. A castle guard tells him that a dragon has captured the princess and is holding her captive in a distant cave. The hero is determined to rescue the princess and defeat the Dragon Lord. He discovers that he is a descendant of Erdrick, and then he defeats the Dragon Lord and saves the princess. However, before he defeated the Dragon Lord, the hero of this era was given a choice by the Dragon Lord to either fight him or he could rule half of the land. This causes another timeline split where there's an alternate reality where the hero accepted the Dragon Lord's offer. These two timelines are the continuation of the Erdrick timeline and the Builder's time. For right now, we will be continuing with the Erdrick timeline. This game takes place 100 years after the Dragon Quest I, and all of the protagonists in this game are grandchildren of the hero from that era. The wizard Hargon attacks the castle of Moonbrook, and when the king of the neighboring castle of Middenhall receives word of this attack, he sends his son to battle Hargon. Prince of Middenhall finds his two cousins, the Princess of Moonbrook and the Prince of Cannock, and they go on a quest to defeat Hargon. The party eventually finds Hargon, but not before he can summon the god of destruction Malroth. However, the party, because they're descendants of Erdrick, destroyed Malroth. A few hundred years after Dragon Quest II, Dragon Quest VII takes place, where the heroes try to re-find the lost continents and rebuild them. "500 years after Dragon Quest VII, Dragon Quest X takes place. The Lord Nelgel attacks the land and turns the hero into a different form. The hero then turns into his human form and then defeats Nelgel. That's the end of the Erdrick timeline. Now we're going to rewind to Dragon Quest 7 and 2, back to where the Dragon Lord offered the hero in Dragon Quest 1 to rule over half of the land. In the Erdrick timeline, the hero from Dragon Quest 1 would not accept the Dragon Lord's offer and then defeat him. But in this alternate timeline, the Builder's timeline, the hero would accept his offer, but then be betrayed by the Dragon Lord and be killed. And then the Dragon Lord would take away the human's ability to build. "35 years after this offer, a builder who was dead during the events of Dragon Quest I was revived by the Yggdragon and then taught the humans how to build again and ultimately defeated the Dragon Lord. 110 years after Dragon Quest Builders, Hargon returns in this timeline and becomes the ruler of all the islands and tells the people that building is bad. A few years after this, the descendant of the previous builder goes and builds and tells the people that building is good, and then eventually fights Hargon and wins. But then Malroth, who was helping the builder, turns bad and is defeated by the builder, who then turns Malroth good. The Dark King Velasco tries to summon the Dark Dragon Shadroth and succeeds, but is eventually defeated by Lucius and Aurora, who also seal Shadroth in the Yggdrasil. About 1 millennium after Dragon Quest Heroes, Dragon Quest Heroes 2 takes place. In this game, the cousins Lazarel and Teresa fight off the unprovoked invasion from the neighboring kingdom of Dunesia. They live in the port kingdom of Harba, and they eventually learn that the king of Accordia is in charge of Dunesia, and they defeat the evil king of Accordia. So that's the alternate timeline, the Builder's timeline. And if I was including the Dragon Warrior Monsters games, they would probably fall somewhere in this timeline. Probably after Dragon Quest Heroes 2. But now we're going to rewind back to Dragon Quest XI, where the hero went back in time and left the rest of his party in the alternate timeline. This event causes the timeline to split into the Zenithia timeline as well as the Erdrick timeline. In the Zenithia timeline, Kalasmos never appears after the original battle, and Mordegon had already taken over. Around 8 centuries after Dragon Quest XI, in the Zenithia timeline, the heroes find out that there's a conspiracy of Sara the Manslayer to drive the human race to extinction, and then the heroes defeat him. This game takes place a couple of centuries after Dragon Quest IV. In this game, the hero and his party fight Nimzo, who has killed some of the hero's family. The hero then defeats Nimzo and restores peace to the land. Around half a century after Dragon Quest V, the new hero and his party save the real world and the dream world after they suffer from some amnesia and save the people. A little while after Dragon Quest VI, Dragon Quest IX takes place. This game has a lot of in-game lore, but the main gist of it is that the hero, who is a Celestrian, which are beings that protect the Yggdrasil, he finds out that one of his fellow Celestrians, named Corvus, is trying to destroy Yggdrasil. Fortunately, the hero has help from some of the friends he found on the surface and goes and defeats Corvus. A while after Dragon Quest IX, in the kingdom of Trodain, the court jester Dalmangus steals the ancient scepter and turns King Trode into a troll and Princess Medea into a horse. The hero, who is joined by some other people, and the hero and his party defeat the jester and bring peace back. About a century and a half after Dragon Quest VIII, in the kingdom of Avalonia, the queen gets possessed by the ancient evil Xiphos, the Deathbringer. Prince Onlance and the hero go and defeat Xiphos and save the queen, as well as the whole entire kingdom, from Xiphos. So that concludes the Dragon Quest timeline. Did you like the timeline? If you liked this, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thanks guys for watching Terminal Velocity. I hope to see you next time.